All right, welcome back. Welcome back to yet another episode of the Talkatives Sports Podcast. And while it may have been a great weekend for 1/3 of this podcast, 2/3 of this podcast, well, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Are we gonna do this every week? Like, let's just get to it. Like, come on.
What's the point? I mean,
we've suffered enough. Like,
Are you
get
sure?
on with it.
Are you sure? I don't think so.
There's more coming. Trust me.
All right. So, all right. I'll have some mercy on y'all, and we'll start here.
No, we don't know.
Match of the no, because I actually want to start. I actually want to start with the match of the weekend, and most likely the performance of the weekend as well. I don't know if you guys might differ, but for me, it was definitely the performance of the weekend. Newcastle United versus Sheffield United. Now, for the neutral, this was a phenomenal match of football. This was everything you wanted to see, attacking wise. I think so. I mean, what else? What you don't want to see? You don't want to see guys bag goals like this. Guys come off the bench and the goals continue to come. Like,
what wouldn't a phenomenal match be like a couple years back, like Man City Liverpool 3-3, crazy goal.
I mean,
play on both sides, back and forth. Instead of 8-0 and like beating down.
I was gonna wait for my pick and my rebuttal, but
it's not. You don't see. Listen, it was a historic. It was a historic day. There only a handful of teams that have put up that number of goals, while keeping a clean sheet. So it's not. You have to wait a long while before you see a scoreline like 8-0, especially in a competitive league like that. Maybe in other leagues it happens, more often than not, but definitely not in the Premier League.
Why you would select it for your, weekend, like match of the weekend, makes sense. But like where you said that, to the neutral person that they like watching that. I mean, I just feel like as a neutral, don't you want to watch like both teams that are like more equal, like battling it out, rather than just watching like some poor team get beat up on? Like, damn. After like goal like number 3 or 4, you're like, all right, like, damn, Sheffield, come on, man, like at least give us something to watch, right?
I mean, I don't know. I hear where you're coming from, but I feel like if you have an understanding, if you have an understanding of the game, I feel like that's when you make that preference. But I feel like if you have little to no understanding, Sheffield, Newcastle, that's what you're looking for.
Right. You just want to see a bunch of goals. Yeah, no. I mean, if you're just like a sports, like
if you're just like a casual football enjoyer, that's probably your pick. But like from me, my point of view, all I see is a well-oiled, expensive team beating up on a newly promoted team who only have a point in the Premier League. The only points they have in the Premier League.
Striker. His sack is worth more than all those players.
Yeah. So like, and even though they like, even on top of all that, Sheffield is just sad because like losing 8-0 is just. Have we had a 9-0 in the Premier League yet, or is that the tied record? Yeah, so it's like they've matched historic L's in the history of the Premier League, so they should be ashamed of themselves for conceding 8. I'm not saying I expected them to win or even draw, but make it respectable. Like newly promoted teams are known for parking the bus and making it hard. That was a slaughter.
Quick question. Who should be more ashamed of themselves, Sheffield or Denver Broncos?
honestly,
Denver Broncos. Denver
Denver
Broncos.
Broncos, because the fact that it's happened, listen, the fact that it's happened, and I know this is a football podcast, but we're going to talk about American football real quick, real quick. Now, listen, the reason why I said different Broncos is this, right? In Premier League football, right? It's happened a handful of times. It hasn't happened a lot of times, but it's happened a handful number of times.
Yeah.
Now, what the Denver Broncos conceded on Sunday only happened one other time.
Yeah.
And that one other time was over 50 years ago.
Yes. Literally.
The league, imagine, the league has only been in existence for 101 years or something like that.
Yeah. So it's
like there's Sheffield being historic, and then there's Denver being a part of history, literally, like part of creating history. Like they're still at Genesis.
I think five teams in the Premier League have scored 8 goals in a match, right? Like 5 or 6 or something.
Yeah, it's not that many. It hasn't happened that many times. But
Denver they're the only other team. And Miami, they tried not to score.
Bro, let me put it to you like this, right? You said they're the only other team, right? They're the only other team. Let me tell you something. I'll go one step further and say they're the only team this century. The last time it happened was in the previous century.
Yes.
just fathom that thought. It's only happened 2 times.
Yeah. No, yeah. It literally happens once per century. If you think about it. So you could expect this for another 100 years. Like 50 to 100 years. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely Denver. Yeah, that one's settled.
All right, but Shegs, back to Premier League football. What was your match of the week?
Well, I gotta give it out to Tottenham Hotspurs for taking it to the Arsenal and having a really nice balance back-to-back end-to-end game, and their star boy now, their leader of their team, son, stepping up and running the show. But Arsenal,
his son, the leader of the team, though.
Oh hell yeah! Look, it's him, and then his co-cap. The same way it was Kane and Son. Now it's Son and Madison.
I don't know. I think I might have to put Madison first, because the way Madison has come in and just is like he's like
Madison.
He's dusted off. He dusted off Kane's throne, and the way he just took a seat there is crazy. He dusted off Kane's throne and just sat there like it was sculpted for him.
No, he's not sitting at Kane's throne. He's sitting
sure?
at next to Son's throne. That's Son's team.
Bro,
that's
Son only
Son's team.
And I'm not taking away anything from Son.
He's the one who scored the most goals and lead them. And even when Madison is off the pitch, it's gonna be on him.
I understand he scored the most, but let me tell you something. And I'm not taking anything away from Son, but he only just started scoring recently. Madison has been producing since the season started. Since the word go, Madison has been producing.
And Son has been producing for how many years? Like, don't just disrespect my boy's Son like that.
I'm not disrespecting.
It's still his team. Listen, of course, Madison is a vital component, but Madison is just doing what Son was doing for Kane last year. Like,
I'm not taking anything. I'm not taking anything away. I'm not taking anything away from Son historically.
But you are.
But all I have to do. No, I'm not. I'm looking at is the season. I'm looking at the season as the season.
It's not Madison's throne.
I'm looking at the season as the season.
Ken is on
right
the
now.
Throne. The Son is now the king.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
In charge.
Madison has potentially a knee injury, and I feel like if he doesn't play, we won't see nothing from Spurs. And that will tell us. That will tell us.
Richarlison scored a goal.
He's not back yet.
I couldn't keep my face straight. Hey, he finally scored. He finally scored, okay? He's still a fraud, but yeah, he got one. Maybe he's actually useful after all,
Nah, bro.
But yeah, I definitely think the Arsenal Spurs game was definitely game of the week, It's nothing to be laughed at. Arsenal, I think this is more of a drop point for Arsenal. If anything,
Mm-hmm.
they should be the only ones disappointed that they couldn't win because Spurs had an answer for them each time they went up, and the second one I think was like right after. So it's like they matched them at the Emirates, and ooh, I can't wait to see what happens at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So yeah, these are the type of
Okay.
games Arsenal need to win if they're ever to stop Man City from winning.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. All right. Before we move on, I just want to sneak in one last thing before we move on to the next segment. Um, and it's just a quick thing. Disappointment of the week. I have to give it to Brentford. Yo,
Are we doing that now?
Everton has been.
I was gonna put Everton as my honorable match of the weekend.
I mean, oh, that's fine. You can do that. Then this will be the opposite. That's fine. The disappointment can still be Brentford because Everton has been hapless, and they look toothless against those guys.
I don't
And
see.
I'm just like, what do you say?
I don't see it like that for Brentford. Though. That is. I don't think it's a disappointment as much of a disappointment for them. Like, all right, if you want to put it on on the scale as all right, whose match had a more disappointing ending, Brentford or what's his name, Burnley, for example, because Burnley they did everything to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue that Burnley's match was a more disappointing because they did, my guy, they did
But
everything.
that's not what I meant. But that's not what I mean by disappointment. I mean What I mean by what you say?
You mean disappointing result or disappointing performance?
No, disappointing performance.
Oh, I thought you meant result. Sorry.
No,
Okay.
no. The result was well deserved for the performance they put out there, and
Oh,
that performance that they put out there, that's not Brentford performance. At least not the Brentford that we've come to know. So,
It was
especially against.
definitely disappointing for my fantasy team. So yeah, I agree with you on that.
Bro, you're still in the league. You're so far at the bottom. Yo,
I went up in the league. I scored the second most points. Just watch. Just watch. I'm coming
all I
up.
know is, we're in a battle at the top with 4 people, and you're not one of the 4.
Man, it's only like a 40-point gap. Y'all need to relax.
The issue that Brentford like it's they're just tired legs. Honestly,
Tired legs.
Yeah, really.
Tired legs. They're probably one of the clubs with the fewest international.
Tired legs. They had a
That's what I'm
week to play that game.
That's what I'm saying, and they have they're probably one of the clubs with the fewest players that go off on international duty.
So they have no excuse to be tired.
Wrong. They're midfielders. Janssen, the guy that scored the goal, was out on international duty.
I understand that, but I'm saying comparing relative to other clubs,
and they don't really unlike other clubs that are able to even Brighton has more depth than Brentford. Brighton could literally bench their 2 midfielders and be just fine.
Brentford, bro, this is how ridiculous you sound. If your take would actually have more steam if you were discussing Chelsea, because you guys would actually have a reason. Majority of your guys, go off on international break. Now, a team like Brentford,
it's not like they have 0 players that play. I'm telling you, they're starters in very important positions, play for their countries.
So then when we'll go on international break this past, was it AFCON qualifiers?
I think Mbon was playing for Cameroon.
Yeah, is it AFCON qualifiers this past international break?
I think it was.
Yeah, okay, what about Wisa? Did Wisa go on international break?
Not sure, but I know Janssen did, and Janssen is like their best midfielder.
I understand Janssen. I already took him out.
What's the other guy? There's another guy in the midfield. That also plays international ball. Like
Norgard.
Good. Like really, and they actually play for their country. Like play.
Oh yeah.
But the only thing with Brentford and the other teams that you expect Brentford should be performing like them. You know what I'm saying? Is that those other teams like Brighton, the Newcastles, the Man U's, they have more depth. Like they can literally go on an international break and then
if Brentford were tired, then what about Everton? They have the same type of level.
Brentford, they really can't afford like they'll have games like this, like these. I'm telling you, because
It's no
they just
excuse.
don't have depth. Really, look at their bench. It's not much. It's just what it is.
I mean,
I
but
mean,
Everton also do have a couple internationals in their team that went out though, and
Everton, and this is probably their first game that they're playing for something. Like, come on.
All
There
right.
are that they've played. Do they really think they could have won those games? No, this is the first game that they look up at the scoreboard by halftime.
honestly, you might be right because they did make only two subs, but then again, it's Everton. They do have a bigger bench as well.
No, I mean I feel like it was a Sam Dyche. Am I saying it right? Sam Dyche,
Dyke,
right?
yeah,
Is it Dyche?
some
Dyche.
Dyke masterclass.
Yeah, yeah. I felt it was a Sam Dyke masterclass because Sam Dyke understood what Brentford was up against. He knew that their best players, Wemo and Janssen, literally just played international ball like 90 minutes. So he's like, you know what? Let's go full Sam Dyke ball, and it worked. Brentford, they like to press, but like it's hard to press when someone keeps kicking the ball over your head. Yeah.
Well,
So
it is what it is.
yeah.
Moving on to the next segment. One I know you guys are dreading.
Oh god.
Jesus
I
Christ,
actually look
Chelsea.
forward to these every week. I'm not
Jesus,
dreading it. Bring
Jesus
it
Christ,
on.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
So you guys have gotten right. I need to look at this. I need to look at this clearly.
So let me just say something real quick about my club, my faithful club. At this point, the verdict is. I mean, I'm honestly not even out on us finishing top four because I still really think we could finish top four.
Wow.
But now I also think we could get relegated.
Oh
Oh
my
man.
gosh.
Just seriously, bro, because Frank LeBeau said it, and we were just waiting for somebody to say it, and then Frank LeBeau said it, and then I'm like, Frank, I normally like to argue with you, but I can't even argue with you on this one, man.
You have scored only 5 points. You picked
Exactly.
up 5 points from your opening 6 matches.
Exactly. That is like a if that's not a red flag for a relegation team, I don't know what else
Now
is.
let me tell you. Let me tell you what's coming up for you in the Premier League. Right? You have Fulham, Burnley, Arsenal, Brentford, Tottenham, my Man City, Newcastle, Brighton, and Man U.
to
That
be
that
to be
is
honest,
what you have go up until December 6th.
that shouldn't matter. That's not our fixtures have never mattered to me because we're Chelsea. Our fixtures have just
Your
never.
fixtures don't matter. You picked up 5 from your opening 6. Your
And
fixtures
also,
don't matter.
like, I don't
Again,
really care about what the fixture list say. I feel like y'all should get your memes and your jokes in because
it's
our actual next game is tomorrow against Brighton in the EFL Cup. So
Yeah,
I think
man.
that's all we should focus on. I think we actually have a good chance of knocking Brighton out, as they will probably want to be more focused on the league. Um, and yeah, I don't see us losing that game. But hey, we should all see.
Is this what we've come down to? We've lost all hope and said, go for the EFL. That's the only trophy we can pick up this season.
Did I
Is that
say
is
all
that the
that,
point we've
Zach?
reached?
no,
Did I say all that?
No,
hey,
No.
I'm asking you. It's a question.
I started off my soliloquy by saying I still believe we can make top four, and I still
Mm,
stand with that. Really, I really
mm,
believe we can make top four
mm.
because our fixtures. The reason why I keep saying that our fixtures shouldn't matter is because just beat the team in front of you, and you will be where you want to be. If you start looking at fixtures, oh, who are we playing? Oh no, that
It doesn't matter. All that matters is the next game.
just beat the next team. If it's Man City, beat them. If it's Liverpool, beat them. If it's I don't care who it is, Luton,
Okay.
just beat them.
So,
That's
all right. So your next matchup in the Premier League is Fulham.
We'll beat
What
them.
say you?
I say we beat them.
I say it doesn't matter. Fulham next Premier League game doesn't even matter. What matters is Brighton tomorrow.
I
Like
say
I don't even care about
let me
Fulham.
speak. I will be the spokesperson for it.
This
So
man is hurt. He says I can't look to the future because the future is bleak.
No, it literally doesn't matter. We're a terrible team. Like, why? I don't care about the weekend. I care about tomorrow. I think we won't lose that game against Fulham either, if I really had to say. But in grand scheme, all that matters is tomorrow.
probably will. We
Um,
probably will lose tomorrow.
the thing about Chelsea is like they need to realize that they're a really bad team. And once they start playing with urgency, like, and start taking things a little more seriously, it seems like we're always on passive mode, and they're really not trying. Like they're trying to do too much because like we are a bad team based on results, based on the stats and everything. We actually look good on paper if you left the results out of it.
We are playing like a bad team, but we're not a bad team because I have eyes. I've watched these games. We're not a bad team, but we're playing like a bad team. Now, what I would say is going into these next two games, there's literally two players that should not even be close to that pitch, to the starting lineup. You know
Silva and
I just want to hear the second person because I already know Thiago Silva is about to catch an unnecessary stray.
Thiago Silva, he's on trial here, and you know I appreciate him for all he has done. But my guy, he was directly directed for the last Nottingham Forest goal was a nutmeg on him. This previous goal was on him.
Now I just have a question: who was he trying to cover when he got nutmeg?
I don't know. I have no idea. And in this previous goal, what are you doing? Do you think you're faster than Ollie Watkins? No. I don't know what he was doing. First of all,
Levi Cole should have cleared that ball out and playing it straight back to Watkins.
Right,
so
but
that's really on Colwill. But I do agree with you, Silva. It's time to be on the bench because there's no reason why we're playing Colwill at left back too. What's going on with Chilwell? Like, why is Chilwell starting on the bench in the last two games?
Honestly, I was just about to ask you guys about that because honestly, what Chilwell is getting, the treatment he's getting, is reminding me very well of that Pep and João Cancelo treatment. He's getting zoned out, iced out, prepared for probably a loan move in January.
I don't understand the treatment of Chilwell at all.
Whoa, calm down. He's a captain. No, he's
the vice captain. I don't know why. Well, yeah, he should be starting these games. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
I think he will start the next game too. If especially, I think we're gonna miss Gusto for at least one game. That red card was not a red card. No, that was definitely a yellow card.
I think he's out for 3.
Straight red. That should have been a yellow. Straight red is usually one though. I think the extra games is when it's like a egregious foul, which it wasn't. I think that should have been a yellow.
Well, let me see.
Yeah, but if we don't start Mykhailo Mudryk, we'll be all right.
I think it's time to start Cole Palmer. Start Cole Palmer and Sterling and let them cook. Also, Broya is back, so Jackson finally has a striker to play with.
Oh man,
we definitely need to get Silva out the game, especially if we're starting the back four. That's not his strength.
Silva and Colwill and Disasi. We don't need that unless
Colwill and
it's just been confirmed. Gusto's out 3 matches.
Damn, for that.
No, that's just the rule for straight reds, bro. 3 matches.
That's just the rule?
Yeah.
It wasn't even that bad of a tackle. Like,
and then
they should have appealed that. They should appeal that. That was something.
He should appeal that. He really should.
That's some BS.
That's a lot of games, man.
That's some BS. Like, that tackle is not. Was that tackle worth a 3-game ban?
No. What?
No, he could have snapped his ankle. It was a
3-game ban. Come on, guy.
He got up and
come on. He could have snapped his ankle though. Now let's say the worst case
scenario. Could he have? But did he though? Was there enough force in that tackle to snap his ankle? No, there wasn't.
you didn't see the way his ankle bent.
No, he
Mm.
reached. No, Goose.
But it
Goose.
wasn't that
It
forceful though.
was up though. Is what I'm
What you
saying.
mean? Hey, yo,
Yeah.
that forces a straight structure to now start doing something like this, that's enough force, bro. Because that's literally what happened when he went. Because
He
come
got the
on now,
ball
you saw the
first though.
replay.
No, he
He
didn't.
went through the ball. He did get some of the ball first before it. I don't think it was that bad, honestly.
I don't agree that he got the ball first, but what I will say is that they have been consistent in that part of the refereeing. Even if you do get the ball first, if you end up picking the player
Mhm.
after, it doesn't they still call the foul. I've
And
seen that
well,
call
maybe it
consistently.
is a red card, but I don't think he should be banned for 3 games for that.
I mean, that's just
Yeah,
a rule for straight reds, bro. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
Mhm.
he should appeal.
Stupid
Um,
rule. They should appeal that.
as long as no, but I think. Oh, and there's one more guy that I can't even like not mention. Caicedo. You had an okay game, but I need to see more. Man. I just do. Like, if you're not helping us be one goal better, you're. I don't know what to say, man. I just
So
need
I
to
just
see.
have a question. Do you think? Because I also agree he had a pretty good game, but do you think that it's a bad idea to continue playing Enzo at number 10 instead of letting that partnership grow between him and Caicedo?
It
It's
definitely is. They need to play them as partners in midfield. Like it's not, but it's also we're also playing a center back at left back too. So it's like, coach, what are you doing? You were
honestly,
supposed to be the common sense coach. Now you're just doing things that don't make any sense.
I don't even think Enzo and Caicedo work together. That's just me.
Mm.
Here's why. Play Enzo where you're trying to fit Caicedo into because Conor Gallagher has already proven that he could play that other role. And then play an actual central attacking mid, like, oh, I don't know, Cole Palmer. Oh yeah. Like like the answers are right there, man.
I would
It's
say
all right
Cole Palmer
there.
is naturally more of a winger these days.
Hmm?
I would say Cole Palmer is naturally more of a winger these days.
He's 19. He can play anywhere. He
That's
can
Yeah,
learn.
what
it's just true. It's
Um,
true. I'm just saying,
right that he is
muscle
naturally
memory right now is
what
winger because
I'm
that's
saying
what we
is
use them.
from what I've seen of his
for
game,
all of
he
30 minutes.
fits he fits he will fit better into our
For
team.
real.
He really would fit better into our team if we play him like basically play him behind the striker, like at center attacking mid. Like
Yeah,
really.
but like I do think we should keep playing him at the wing though. Let's
So
play him where Modric is, or put Sterling over there, put Palmer on the other side, have Jackson, and then on number 10,
Hold on,
maybe
we need to have
the
a
only thing
discussion.
we're really lacking is a 10 right now. So I'll play. I don't even know, bro. Yeah, do we have anybody else that can play in
I
that 10?
know what you guys are trying to do with Jackson.
Caicedo should be on the bench for now. That's just me. For now. I'm
I
not
don't know.
from Caicedo.
I think he's I think he's gonna keep starting every single game though.
He's gonna keep starting every single game. That's what
Yeah,
Pochettino has done so
Hold on,
far.
yeah.
hold on now. I don't know about Caicedo, but if there's anybody that needs to be riding the bench right now for the moment, for the time being,
Mhm.
it's that man Jackson up front.
Yeah, but who we're gonna play up there though?
I say, yo, I've been telling y'all, I'm a strong believer, and I think Brighton should do the same thing with that young stalwart they have in Evan Ferguson. When you have a youngin that has shown flashes like Evan Ferguson has shown and what Broja was showing before he got injured, you gotta just let them go and rock out, man.
Oh wait though. Keyword injured.
So
Broya
so
had an
we're gonna. Broya
injury.
just came back.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying after, continue playing Jackson while he's getting his legs under him. But when you feel like he's back to 100%, yo, Jackson, bro, you to the bench. Because that man is, if he's not whiffing shots, he's sending them to the moon.
I think you're rushing to judgment too early.
I still
We're talking
With
about the
Jackson,
next
are
two
you sure?
games here, and Jackson should start the game because we have literally nobody else to play there.
nobody. And
No,
you
he's
All
gonna
right,
start. I'm just saying he
Broya
should
is
start
not
until
ready.
Broja is healthy.
Well,
Broya
that remains to be seen. It remains to be seen if Broya is actually as good as he was before. So we'll see. Like Jackson will start the next game because I feel like when you have the same way you said Evan Ferguson, when you have a young player who is showing flashes that he's actually pretty good, in Jackson, you let him play, give him
But
playing
that's what I'm
time.
saying. What flashes have you seen?
You haven't seen
You
any.
you must not be watching Chelsea
No,
games if
there's
you if
no,
you
there's
if you don't
play.
see
No,
what
yes, there's
I mean. You've
playmaking,
only
right? But I'm
That's
saying
You only
no.
see
But
the
here's what I'm
flashes where
asking
he
you.
missed the ball, like the
No,
lowlights.
but
That's all you mention. Him
no, no, no,
whiffing the
no.
ball and kicking it into stratosphere. That's
I've
literally
watched
happened
full Chelsea games
30
from beginning to
times.
end. I've
Marcus.
watched full Chelsea games from beginning to end. I see the runs he makes, but outside of the runs he makes and what he provides to playmaking, I haven't seen any flashes from him as a center
Well,
forward.
I've
that
seen
no,
very
you
like open
haven't.
chances in
You
the front.
haven't then because you just didn't see it. He does have those moments of brilliance
Open
where he
chances.
should score, and like I don't see any reason why we would bench him right now. Just keep playing him, and by it's if really does keep just missing, then by that time Broya will be ready to compete with him. But right now, Jackson
Okay,
is
so
all we
so
got.
here's my follow up question and final question on this topic. Then you said if he keeps missing, so what is that? What is that threshold for you? When do we start asking questions?
Well, I think it's hard for a young player to adapt to the Premier League, so it's a
It's,
very open-ended
it's
answer.
literally the entire
It's he will keep starting until somebody else says, "Oh, I'm better than you," and if they are, then they should start. But right now, he's our striker for the rest of the season, and he
Well,
should start every single game.
Yep.
And that's the
So
best way to develop young players. Keep playing them and show confidence in them. And the fans need to keep backing. We don't need to listen to Man City fans.
the thing is,
We don't need to listen to Man. We need to keep
you just
having
jump.
faith in him.
You can't just jump on bro. No, you're talking about Broya. You specifically brought up Broya, and I'm saying even when he was healthy, I saw little flashes, but I didn't. First of
And
all,
he exactly wasn't tearing up the Premier League either. You know.
I didn't even think that. I didn't even think that it
I
like.
mean,
I didn't even think that what he did was like anything like oh my
It
god,
wasn't
this
anything too special either. It just showed
you.
flashes.
I mean, you played him with Kai Havertz.
wait. I
Let's be
saw
fair now. Let's be fair now.
him score some nice goals, and I saw him miss some really easy chances, like wide open chances. Like why are you missing that, Broya? So
I don't think missing chances should be a reason to bench anybody because
exactly.
nobody can score right now. And
So
we haven't been able to score for a long time. I feel like once again, realize in the position we're in, and at some point, if we keep consistent and at some point the ball is gonna have to go into the net if we keep improving our all around play. Stop playing players out of position, play our best players in their best positions, and just let this young team cook. And no matter how long it takes, we'll be a good team again.
So the last thing I'll say, the last thing,
And some good luck coming our way too, because we have
the
terrible luck.
we just need to
the last word on this before we move on to the last segment. I hear what you're saying about the young player and misses, and last thing I'll say is that there was similar conversation about Morata, and then at a certain point, enough misses were enough misses,
Morata
and
was
things have
never
changed.
young on the scale of Broya and
No, I feel
Jackson
you. I
though.
feel you.
Morata
I feel
was
you.
supposed to be a known quantity. That's apples
he
and oranges.
was a proven
Wow.
player who had drifted into
Yeah,
the final with Juventus.
yeah.
Okay.
That's Morata was supposed to score immediately. Like there was no patience for Morata.
Jackson,
Nothing. No pity. No nothing.
Nicholas Jackson, literally his rise was pretty quick because like he came
And it
from
was
like
in the second half of the season in Villarreal. Like he still needs time. Like we
from like the
tossed him into the Lions pit of the Premier League when Nkunku was supposed to be the one leading the line. Jackson was not supposed to start this many games.
apparently Real he was supposed to be signed by Real Madrid when they flew him in from like directly from Senegal into Spain. Like I think he was like
Mm.
21,
So
20.
yeah, he just needs playing time. I'm pretty sure he will score, and he has scored. He has scored already. So
The story is they flew him into Spain for like because Real Madrid was supposed to like acquire him from whatever club he was coming from. but Real Madrid forgot to send a car for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's like just there, just by himself, stranded for like an entire day. And then he had been on Villarreal's watch list, whatever. So Villarreal is literally calling him as he's at the airport, like waiting to go to Real Madrid and do his medical. But since
They
Villarreal called
forgot to get a car.
and the kid is just sitting there at the airport the entire day, no idea what to do or where to go. So he's like, "Yeah, Villarreal. I mean, I have no choice but to go with y'all. 'Cause I don't see
He couldn't be like, "Yo, can you drop me off at Real Madrid?"
at Santiago Bernabeu. I think it's just up the street. No, but that's
Yeah.
the story of how Villarreal got Nicholas Jackson. So he literally just got off the street. Can we give him a year, please, Marcus? Good
Fair
God.
enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. All I'm saying is, you can have that year in the championship because that's where you're headed. Moving on,
Put your
Okay.
quick
money on
hits,
it.
Yeah,
Chelsea
right.
not getting relegated. Come on, bro.
quick hits. La Liga had some action over the weekend. Starting off with El Derbi, Atletico and Real Madrid
Morata rears
battle.
this ugly head again. My God.
3-1. They had never won. They had never won against Real Madrid until
Morata, man. I just don't understand. Sorry. But
no, it's fine. It's fine. I don't understand him either. But yo,
They had
he's
never
been
won
he
against
turns
Real
up when he turns up.
Madrid, and when, where?
I think it was a streak of 9 that Real Madrid had, 6
yeah,
or 9, something like that, 6 to 9, something like that, and they
they
just
only
broke it.
Oh, unbeaten? Nah,
Yeah,
man. I see Atletico beating Real Madrid in May 8th, 2022. That was 4 games ago.
2022. Wait, this is
was
2020.
that in La Liga?
Yes, in La Liga. Yeah. 1-0 to Atletico at their home.
Wait.
Carrasco scored a penalty.
Didn't Atletico Madrid literally just win La Liga like 2 years ago?
Yeah, we discussed this. It was like I think was
I
it pandemic year?
know there were certain people in this podcast that were trying to be blasphemous about the Atletico Madrid's coach. You know, the very, very well decorated coach.
Yeah, he is. I mean, we found out, but like, yeah, I don't think Atletico beating Real Madrid was such a surprise. I think they are a decent team, and they will have these upsets. Just seeing Morata score a brace is kind of like
Yeah, like I don't
it's like
understand.
what the hell is who is this? Why? It's like, who are you? It's like Dr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde. One day decide to be
Yeah,
good, other most of the time he's just nothing. But yeah,
well,
Real
I
Madrid
said that. I
even.
said the stat wrong. What Atletico broke was Real Madrid's streak. They were the only unbeaten team left in La Liga.
Oh, okay.
because they
Yeah,
were running
yeah.
young
Because
ways.
Bellingham would actually Bellingham dropped some stinkers, but he just scored at the end. So yeah.
To be honest, this match wasn't Bellingham's fault because I guess this dude decided to change up the team. He played Bellingham a bit more forward in a more forward position
Mm,
instead of
gotta
keeping him in the
play
midfield.
them, and that's why I say you gotta stop playing these guys out of position. You got, especially when they're already like well cooked in their ways. You can't
Mm-hmm.
experiment with them. They're one thing and they're good at it. Let them keep being good. Stop playing Modric at wing back. But yeah, continue.
Well,
That was it.
he kind of has to play Modric at wing back because Modric ain't getting that into the midfield. Like,
Well, if
I
you
mean,
want to play,
with the way the game is
play
played,
him at the bench,
you
please.
want to sit on the
Not at
bench,
wing back.
left back. Okay.
but
I'll
with the
play.
way
Yeah.
the game is played today, with left backs bombing forward and all that stuff, I think there's too many players for him to
Yeah,
cover. If
yeah.
if
No,
you're trying
man,
to save his legs, might
he
as well move
can't
him to
play.
center
He
back.
can't play. He can't play at wing back because then he has to go for it. Let's just let him hug that wing and attack.
If you're
And
consistent,
even in the last game, he had a couple flashes where I'm like, if you can do that consistently, you'll be a top winger in the league.
I
You
am
don't
the
need them going all the
old,
way past the line.
I'm the old player advocate. Just ask James Millman. I rest my case.
LMAO. All right, moving on.
You still
Barcelona drew with Mallorca 2-2, but even though they drew, they are that point helps them create a gap at the top of the table, and I will get that gap to you. They have a 1 point gap over Girona, and that's Manchester City sister club Girona.
Oh, who has this 1 point gap?
Barcelona. And then that's 1 point with Girona on 16 points, Girona, and then Barcelona has 17. And then Real Madrid has 15. So they're 2 points clear of Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid has 10 points. They are in fifth.
Fifth. Yeah,
Sixth. No, fifth.
Okay. Yeah.
Looks like this might be Barcelona's year yet again. Let's see.
Not if Girona has anything to do with it.
They're being consistent. Girona has nothing. It's not even up to them. It's up to Real Madrid and Barcelona to decide if they want to have a good season or not. Yeah, like don't Man City sister club. No, it's not. It's not up to them. They might have a good start, but we all know it's about being consistent. And can they keep it up to the end of the year without the other two having a bad string of bad results? Hell no.
Ooh, and I must mention before we close this segment, Inter Milan from the Italian league. Bravo. Under management. I'm talking to Inter Milan's management. Whatever they did this was golden because they filled holes that they needed to fill. Pause. They brought in a striker for a long time to help him out. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching.
Napoli and nowhere to be found at the top of that table. There's 7.
Have you been watching like Thuram's goals?
Marcus Thuram, a striker?
He only scores amazing goals. I don't understand.
Is Marcus Thuram a striker?
Right? Isn't he? Or is he a center attacking mid?
I think he's a central forward.
I feel like he's
either a center forward or something.
He's a center forward. Because I remember you mentioning him last year as a potential Chelsea signing up front.
Yeah, but he fits in perfectly with Lautaro Martinez. Like, I don't think I've seen a partnership work like this, like right off the bat, where I'm talking about like the ball is being zipped into Marcus Thuram, and he's whipping it first time across the field, and Lautaro is making that run. It's like y'all found something. So I'm just saying,
2 goals, 3 assists, and 5 appearances. Not bad.
And look up those 2 goals. You're like,
not bad.
What's wrong with you? You shouldn't be scoring goals like this. Just saying.
They're a perfect match for each other. They're both 26, both entering their. They finally got rid of La Caca, and look, now they're.
Have some respect on La Caca's name. He scored. For some respect on his name.
Where he belongs. He deserves season 3 Jose Mourinho.
LMAO. In any case, let's wrap up the podcast with this last topic. We'll take it to the Bundesliga and discuss Bayern Munich's demolition job of VfL Bochum. Harry Kane had himself a day. What do you say?
This is like the 4th time they've beaten that team 7-0. They beat that
Something
team.
like that. Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's like a year. It's like an anniversary type thing at this point.
Yeah.
But Harry Kane himself had himself a day, man. Three goals, 2 assists. Bochum did not know how to deal with. They could not deal with Harry Kane, man. Harry Kane was deciding what he wanted to do. If he wanted to stay up and score goals, he was scoring goals. If he wanted to drop deep and just assist, he was doing it up. They could not stop him at all.
There was nobody strong enough that could follow him and disrupt his game in any way. So,
Harry Kane
that's around him,
pairing up. He's gonna break. He might break Lewandowski's record this season.
You have Jamal Musiala and Leroy Sané and Gnabry next to you,
and Sanchez. Bro, it's a problem.
I think he's gonna break the all-time, the most goals in the Bundesliga record. I don't know what it is.
He might mess around and do it both ways, goals and assists.
I really hope. I want him to. I want Super Harry to do this. Yes,
but we can't talk about Bundesliga, without the other guys that are in the race, because it looks like this time the team that will bottle Bayern, the Bayern Liga is Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah,
Union Berlin
they
are
drew last
not as
season.
good this year, but
Last week. They
Bayer
drew against
Leverkusen
Bayern
are up
last week.
there.
They drew
Yeah,
against Bayern last week, so it looks like they'll be able to really challenge
they're
them.
and they have a comparable amount of goals. They have 17 to Bayern's 18, so they're scoring. They're
And I
scoring goals, but they're gonna
watch.
And
bottle.
they're also keeping them out because the goal difference is also comparable,
Yep.
14-11.
Yep.
Oh, and their striker, watch out for him. He has 8 goals.
Isn't that Xavier Alonso's team?
I think so.
Yeah, it is.
But
Yep, Xavier Alonso. Yep.
and of course, as always, I'm always right. Javi Simmons, he's probably going to win Young Player of the Year for Bundesliga. He has what, 4 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, 4 assists, something like that. So yeah, they literally replaced Nkunku with Javi Simmons. I'm just like, yeah,
It's insane how well these small teams can churn out high quality talents while the big teams struggle. Like look at what
Speak for
Brighton
yourself. Speak for yourself.
look at what Brighton have done. You know, it's insane their production with all the players they've sold, losing their coach, replacing with a better one. We hired their entire technical staff and they're still up there. And then you have like other teams like Ajax, Red Bull Leipzig, you know, still
also,
turning out talent.
Also, watch out for Union Berlin to
Well,
challenge.
yeah, I definitely was watching them last year. I was noticing, you know, especially on the DraftKings, I was noticing them. But now it seems like they've slowed down because they made it to the.
Did Real Madrid lose to them in the Champions League, or what? Wasn't it a
Did
tie?
they draw?
I think it was a draw.
Let me see if I can take that
No,
up.
I think Bellingham
again. Oh my god!
Oh, Bellingham
it was an extra time goal. I don't know if it was for the win. Was it for the win?
I think might have been for the win.
Yeah, it was for the win. It was for the win. It was for the win. 1-0. 90 plus 4. Oof.
Yeah, I know. No, but Union Berlin, like it took.
Yeah, they're great. I watched like 30 minutes on them and their rise and the stadium they play in and how much their ticket, like it's a great story for them. Kind of like Wrexham. If Wrexham made it all the way to the Premier League and
from like all the way from the bottom of the bottom. Yeah.
And I hope that would be a great story.
I would love to see Wrexham and I would love to see season 8, season six of what is it, Becoming Wrexham, their TV show. They're on season 2 now, and it's just Wrexham. It's just Wrexham qualifying for the Champions League. Like look, I might.
Is there another one? Like, doesn't he have another show on FX about how he built Wrexham up?
No, that's the same
exactly
show.
The show he's talking
that's
about.
the same show. Yeah. So yeah, like that's everybody's new favorite club. You know, we love to see these clubs come from nothing. So.
Yeah, man.
Everybody loves a good Cinderella story.
Of the world, you know what I'm saying? Even though Leicester, God rest their soul.
Yeah, it's okay. Leicester will be back. So with that brings us to the end of yet another episode. If you've listened with us this long, as always, we appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And we'll catch you on the next episode.